The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Kraft Oil, that wonderful cooking and salad oil, presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. There's a special reason for buying Kraft Oil, that wonderful salad and cooking oil, the very next time you go shopping. When you buy a bottle of Kraft Oil, your grocer has a gift for you. It's something the whole family will enjoy. I'll have the details in a few minutes, but meanwhile, jot down Kraft Oil on your shopping list. Tie a string around your finger. Do anything you like. Just be sure when you go shopping to get that special gift when you buy Kraft Oil.
I've been with Mr. Gildersleeve and Leroy a long time, and Bertie's seen a lot of changes around this house, and the biggest change is in Leroy. I'll let you in on something. That boy's got a girl. His uncle don't know it, but that boy's got a girl. And if all their telephone talks was laid end to end, they'd reach to Alexander Graham Bell.
Hello, Bertie.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, you scared me.
I did?
You usually come in the front door, but today you came in the back door.
Well, I put up the car.
Yes, sir. But I didn't expect you at the back door because you usually come in the front door.
Bertie, if it'll make you feel better, I'll go out and come in the front door.
Oh, you're in now.
Yeah. Well, I have to go make a phone call.
You can't make a phone call. The line's busy.
Oh?
I was going to call the grocery a half hour ago, but the line was busy.
Bertie, we don't have a party line.
We got a party on the end of it now. Leroy on one end and Miss X on the other.
Who's Miss X?
That's his new girlfriend. The latest and the greatest.
Yes. What could they be talking about this long?
I don't know what she's telling him, but she sure knocked him for a loop.
What's this?
I went through the parlor a minute ago, and he had his legs draped over the back of the couch and his head down on the coffee table. That's what I call knock for a loop.
Well, I'll go get him off the line.
Yes, sir. When you get through talking to your girl, call me so I can call the grocery.
Yeah, all right, Bertie.
And after I left you at your gate, I ran straight home and called you, Wendy.
Now he has head under the coffee table. I never saw anybody stand on his head while sitting on the couch.
Now tell me what you've been doing since I left you.
He just left her. Leroy.
Shh, I'm listening to Wendy.
Well, tell her to wind up the conversation.
Okay. Yeah? What's that now, Wendy? Yeah, sure. Uh-huh, good idea. You always have good ideas.
Young man, get off your head and terminate the conversation.
Gosh. I gotta hang up now, Wendy. Call me back. Bye.
My boy, I don't believe I know this Wendy, do I?
No, I don't think you do, Unc.
Who is she?
She's keen.
Well, undoubtedly. Where did you meet her?
One afternoon we were going to the basketball game in Dinky's car, and I met her on the running board.
On the running board?
Yeah, we couldn't get a seat. You want to see her picture? I got it in my wallet.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Look here. I got it wrapped in cellophane.
Yeah.
How about that, huh? How about that?
A very pretty little girl. Yes, indeed.
Is that all you got to say?
What should I say?
Well, get with it, Unc. When a girl gives you her picture to put in your wallet, that's real out of space.
Oh?
We're going steady.
Since when?
Well, we were over at Sheila's house the other day, and we talked it over doing the shag.
Oh, my goodness.
Can I have some new pictures taken, Unc? Wendy wants one for her wallet.
You will see. I have to make my phone call now.
I'll get it!
I'll get it, Bertie.
I got it.
But...
Hello? Oh, hi, Wendy.
Oh, I'll never get the phone. I better go write a letter. Hello, Petey.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you?
Well, I didn't have anything to do this evening, so I thought I'd drop in and chat. You might give me a couple of cigars.
Very well. Do you want the 1954 models?
Well, what's the difference?
There's no difference. They're the ones I didn't sell you in 53.
Yes. I thought you had a new model.
Well, that's an idea. The cigar people could do like the automobile manufacturers. Might boost the cigar sales if they came out with power smoking and dual exhaust.
Dual exhaust.
You blow the smoke out of both ears.
Phoebe, what's come over you tonight?
No, I just feel a little frisky. Our new parrot talked back to Miss Peavy today.
It did. Taking quite a chance, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's new around there. One of these days, the feathers are going to fly.
Yeah, how do you get along with the birds?
Oh, it has my admiration, I'm here to tell you. Stood right back on his hind legs and said to Mrs. Peavy, "Swab the deck, you lubber."
Yeah, that parrot must have been in the Navy.
If it doesn't watch out, it'll be back in the Navy. Before I forget it, I better charge you for those cigars.
Oh, I see you have a new ledger.
Yeah, I call this my faith, hope, and charity ledger.
Oh?
Takes a lot of faith to charge the things to some people. Then I hope they pay, and if they don't, I'm on charity.
Yeah, that's about right. Say, is that Leroy's name on your ledger?
Yeah, Leroy has a little account now.
Why does he need an account?
Well, same reason you do, Mr. Gildersleeve. He doesn't always have the money with him. He frequently brings a little girl in here for sodas.
You mean Wendy?
Yeah, they make quite a couple. When they started going steady, Leroy celebrated by buying her lipstick.
A lipstick?
Pink Dream, I believe they called it.
Pink Dream. That boy's going to give me nightmares.
It could be.
Well, I don't like the idea of Leroy concentrating on one girl at his age.
I don't see how he does it. They're all so cute.
Yeah, I'll have to talk with the boy. Some of these youngsters get serious about each other too early.
Oh, well, I wouldn't worry about Leroy.
They're too young to realize the obligations they undertake. Leroy will have to watch it, Petey.
Well, let's help him. His present obligation is only $2.30 if you'd like to take care of it.
Oh, put it on my bill.
But gosh, Unc.
Now, Leroy, I can't understand why you want to spend all of your time with one girl.
Well, I don't understand why you spend most of yours with a school principal.
Miss Henshaw is a very intelligent conversationalist. That's the reason. Leroy.
Okay. Guess I better go give her back her picture.
Well, that's up to you, my boy. I want you to remain friends. I have other girlfriends. There's Miss Tuttle, Miss McKinley, May Kelly.
Well, you got a lot of girls, but you always concentrate on one at a time.
Well...
You know how it is, don't you, Unc? When I get around Wendy, it's pretty hard to concentrate on anything else.
That proves you should see other girlfriends.
When I'm around other girls, I don't see anybody but Wendy.
Or maybe you need glasses.
Oh, for corn's sake.
No, my boy, you're resisting this idea.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what I'll do. You've been wanting one of those sweaters at Hogan Brothers in your school colors.
Oh, boy, I'll say. All the kids are gone on those.
Well, if you'll divide your time a little bit, you may go right down and pick out yours.
No kidding?
You tell him to charge it to your old uncle.
Swell, Unc. I'm going right down. Be seeing you.
Yeah, Gildersleeve, you're so good handling children, you should have been the old woman who lived in the shoe.
Boy, was I lucky. The last sweater in my size. It feels good, too. Cold today. Uh-oh. Here comes Wendy. Well, if she wants me to walk with her, I'll tell her I have something else to do. I'll just be indifferent.
Hello, Leroy.
Hi, Wendy.
I didn't see you after school.
Well, I had something else to do.
I missed you.
Yeah? Well, I had something else to do.
Oh. Do you want to walk me down to the corner?
No, I'm going the other way.
Something wrong.
I'm just going the other way.
Well, goodbye, Leroy.
Wendy!
Yeah?
I'll go your way.
I've got to go down to the corner and catch my bus. We can wait on the bench.
Okay.
Isn't that a new sweater you're wearing?
Yeah, I just bought it.
I've always wanted to wear a boy's sweater.
Yeah?
Lots of girls do.
Yeah, some guys are stupid enough to give girls their sweaters.
Oh, I don't mean I'd wear just any boy's sweater. Sit down by me, Leroy.
Well, I guess I can wait here until your bus comes.
What I mean about the sweater, Leroy, is that I'd rather wear a boy's sweater than a girl's sweater. But I wouldn't dream of asking a boy to let me wear his sweater.
Well, you're different from a lot of girls anyway, Wendy.
I'm glad you think so.
I think so.
Anyway, your sweater wouldn't fit me. Your shoulders are so broad.
They're not so broad.
They look broad to me.
Well, I got muscles, if that's what you mean.
I just love a boy's sweater in our school colors. Purple and orange. They're real cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to be leaving you in a couple of minutes. I see my bus coming down the street.
Oh, gosh, we just sat down. I haven't seen you all afternoon.
Don't I know it?
Can't you wait and take the next bus?
I could, but it's awful cold sitting here, Leroy.
Well, maybe you can wear my sweater until your bus comes.
Won't you get cold?
No, I got broad shoulders.
Cold out.
That you all, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie.
I thought that was you. Did you come home early to get in your phone call before Leroy beat you to it?
I don't think I'll have any more trouble getting the phone.
No, sir.
Leroy's decided to spread himself around. He isn't going steady anymore.
Well, that's news to me.
Well, I made a little deal with the boy. You know the slip-over sweater he's been wanting?
Yes, sir, in the school colors.
Yeah. I suggested that if he didn't see so much of Wendy, he could have the sweater.
In other words, you pull the wool over his eyes.
Yeah, when it comes to handling these things, I'm pretty cagey.
Oh, yes, sir.
Cold out. Hi, Unc. Hi, Bertie.
Hello, my boy.
Hello, Leroy. Boy, your teeth are chattering.
Yeah.
Leroy, where's your sweater?
My sweater? Well, gosh, Unc, I met Wendy at the bus stop, and she was cold.
She's wearing your sweater?
Well, gosh.
Oh, my goodness. Bertie, what do you think of that?
I think somebody else pulled the wool over Leroy's eyes.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. A few minutes ago, I told you about a gift you'll get when you buy Kraft Oil, and here it is. When you buy a bottle of this wonderful salad and cooking oil, you get a free package of Jolly Time popcorn. That's only part of Kraft Oil's sensational gift offer. In addition to your free package of popcorn, you can also get a certificate at your grocer's worth $3 toward the purchase of a Whirlwind electric corn popper. If your family likes popcorn, and what family doesn't, take advantage of this remarkable bargain. Your package of Jolly Time popcorn contains enough to make up to 3 quarts of crisp, tender corn. Jolly Time is the popcorn that's guaranteed to pop, every single kernel. When you pop corn with lighter-bodied Kraft Oil, you're popping it the quick, never-fail way. Just pour a little Kraft Oil into your popper or skillet, turn on the heat, and your popcorn is ready to serve before you know it. Fluffy and light, without a trace of oiliness. Wouldn't some popcorn taste mighty good while you're listening to the radio? Better pick up a bottle of Kraft Oil at your grocer's tomorrow and get your free package of Jolly Time popcorn. It's right on the bottle. And also look for a separate certificate worth $3 toward the purchase of a Whirlwind electric corn popper when you buy Kraft Oil.
I know my uncle's upset with me because I gave Wendy my new sweater. But it's been so long since he was my age, he just doesn't understand. When you're sitting on a bench with your best girl waiting for a bus, and she shivers with the cold and looks at you with those big, warm eyes...
Leroy, I don't understand you.
I don't understand myself, Unc.
Yeah, I've seen boys who were just clay in girls' hands, but I've never seen as big a hunk of putty as you.
boom.
Gosh.
Want some more hot cocoa, Leroy?
No, Bertie, it's getting hot enough in here.
It's going to get hotter, young man. I thought we made a bargain. If you got your sweater, you were to stop going steady with Wendy.
She's a nice little girl, Mr. Gildersleeve. Leroy, get out your wallet and show him her picture.
I've seen her picture. I'm not objecting to Wendy. It's the principle of the thing. This going steady is not a healthy situation.
Okay, Unc, okay. I've heard it.
Leroy, don't get on your high horse. I'm the one who's on the high horse.
Too many horses around here. Bertie's gonna get out before the stampede.
Why, when I was your age, Leroy...
Times have changed, Unc. Grover Cleveland isn't president anymore.
Leroy.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, come in, Marjorie, my dear.
Aren't you going to say hello, Leroy?
Hi.
What's the matter with him?
Well, I've been forced to take a hand in Leroy's little romance. He wants to go steady.
Unky, any girl who wants to go steady with Leroy, encourage it.
What?
We love him, but those ears. Who's the lucky girl?
Wendy Howard.
Oh, I know Wendy. She's darling.
Well, there's time enough later for that going steady business. Of course, I'm not going to be unreasonable about it. I'm just going to forbid it.
Hello, Miss Marjorie.
Hello, Bertie. Unky, I remember you forbidding me to do things, and I was all the more determined to do them.
Now, Marjorie, you were a model girl, and it paid off. Now you're happily married to Bronco.
If you'll think back, there was a time you forbade me to go steady with Bronco, and look what happened.
Well...
Yes, sir, she married him, and now she's got twins.
Yeah, but you must admit Leroy is a good deal younger than Marjorie was when she first talked about going steady.
Oh, I don't know. I wanted to go steady with the milkman when I was 7.
Marjorie, this is serious.
Well, it might get to be serious if you insist on making such a big thing out of it. Why don't you be casual about it? Ask Leroy to invite Wendy over.
That's a good idea.
You mean encourage them?
It'll blow over all the sooner. Use your head, Unky.
By George, I will. Yeah, I'll do anything to have Leroy turn out the way you did.
Oh, isn't he nice, Bertie?
Yes, ma'am. He's going to see that Leroy has twins, too.
Leroy, may I come in?
Sure.
Looking out your window, I see.
Yeah. Can't do anything else. Might as well just sit and look.
Well, I've been doing some thinking. Why don't you invite Wendy over?
Are you kidding?
No, I mean it. Get her on the phone.
On the phone? Now I've heard everything.
I'm withdrawing my objection to your seeing Wendy.
Honest?
Honest.
Oh, boy, I'll phone Dinky and tell him to get his girl, and I'll get Wendy, and we'll get in Dink's car.
Now, wait a minute.
Yeah?
Just because you met Wendy on the running board is no reason for staying there. I want you to invite her over for dinner. Just the two of you.
Oh, Unc, you don't have to do that.
Well, I want to. You'll have a fine evening together.
But, gosh.
No. It isn't any trouble. Just leave everything to me. Glad to do it.
Well, that's nice of you, Unc, but...
No more than I should do. Wendy's a fine little girl. You may see her as often as you like, my boy.
Gee, you're swell, Unc. I'll rush over to her house right now and tell her. Where's my old sweater?
Leroy, don't lose another sweater.
Well, more ice cream and cake for anybody?
Yeah, how about it, kiddies? Wendy?
No, thank you.
Leroy?
No, I'm up to here, Unc.
Well, I want this to be a nice evening for you two, so I got a lot of ice cream.
Oh, yes, sir. We're loaded.
It was a wonderful dinner, Bertie.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah. Now let's get going.
Where are you going?
Well, we've had dinner. We might go over to Wendy's house.
No, my boy, you can't just eat and run. I planned your evening here at home. Why, George, I believe in making the home an attractive place for the young people. We might have another game of Scrabble.
Oh, brother.
course, this time I'll let you two play. I'll just watch and help out with the words.
I don't believe I care to play Scrabble anymore. Would you, Leroy?
Not on a full stomach.
Well, whatever you say. This is your evening. Why don't we retire to the parlor?
Well, if you all decide you want some more ice cream later on, reload it.
Thanks, Bertie.
Leroy, you and Wendy want to sit on the couch? That's where I usually sit when I have a date.
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I hadn't thought about it.
I'll just sit here on the piano bench.
Oh, do you play, Wendy?
Not as well as Leroy.
Well, I guess we better eliminate the piano then. Yeah. It was a good dinner, wasn't it?
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, by George, that was a good dinner.
Divine.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps I'd better leave you two.
Goodbye, Unc.
No, I'm not going anyplace. I'll be in the den in case you want me.
Oh, don't worry about us, Mr. Gildersleeve. Go wherever you like.
Yeah, anywhere at all.
Leroy, why don't you show Wendy the family album?
Family album?
He was a cute baby, Wendy.
I'd like to see the album sometime.
Well, the album's right there on the table. I brought it down from the attic. If you'll excuse me now.
Sure, glad to, Unc.
Your uncle sure is doing everything he can to make us enjoy the evening.
Unc's okay, but a little corny.
Oh, Leroy, the corner music store has 2 new sides by Eddie Fisher.
Yeah? He's solid, man. What are they, 45 or 78?
Who's 78?
Oh, hi, Unc.
We were talking about recordings, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, Leroy, why don't you get out your new recordings and play them for Wendy?
Oh, they're all over at her house. We could go over there.
Yes, why don't we?
Well, that won't be necessary. I have any number of records here.
Oh, grown.
Let's see. In a monastery garden. Yeah, that doesn't sound very lively.
Never mind, Unc.
Yeah, here we are. I'm always chasing rainbows.
Is he kidding?
No, he isn't.
This is a favorite of Irene's and mine. Yeah, the sweetest music this side of heaven. Well, I'll leave you two alone now.
Good, Unc.
Go ahead and dance. You can't hurt the rug.
We couldn't possibly hurt it dancing to that tempo.
Hey, we're in luck. It hit a groove.
We'll have to take it off.
Gosh, it's too bad we don't have some of our own records.
Leroy,
Yeah, Unc?
if that side's no good, you can turn it over.
Thanks, Unc. We decided not to play records.
Oh? Well, I've been saving this little surprise for later, but...
More surprises?
Well, I borrowed Judge Hooker's movie projector, and we'll show some home movies.
Oh, movies.
Some of the stuff we took up at Honeysuckle Lodge that summer, Leroy. Yeah, I'll go fetch it.
Leroy, what's that expression your uncle uses when things go wrong?
You mean, he?
That's it. He.
Now, you won't have any more trouble with this reel. Sorry, I got the first one in backwards. Now, there's the bridge leading to Honeysuckle Lodge. And now we have a close-up of some honeysuckle. Did you see it? I shouldn't have tried to take it from the car, I guess. Oh, yes, here we are unloading the car. Later on, you see us loading it again. A lot of interesting stuff in between. Oop, film broke. Pretty brittle after all these years. Turn on the lights, Leroy. Leroy, the lights. Confounded Leroy, where are you?
Something wrong, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Bertie, will you please turn on the lights?
Yes, sir.
Leroy, if this is your idea of a joke...
There's nobody here.
Leroy? Wendy?
Look like Leroy's gone with the Wendy.
Youth. George, you try to cooperate with a couple of youngsters and they disappear. You know, I'm just curious enough to want to know where they went and what they're up to. Kids their age going steady. I knew it'd lead to no good. Say, there's Dinky's car tied to the lamppost in front of Peavy's. Wonder if Leroy's in there. Think I'll pull in and take a look. I don't know. If Leroy walks out in his own home movies, he must be pretty serious about this Wendy. Well, I gave him his chance. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you?
Look at the teenagers. Is Leroy here?
Yeah, he's back there. The kids have taken over the back booth.
Yeah, at least I know where he is. Peavy, why do you allow them to play music in your drugstore?
Well, they bring in the record player, and that brings in business. I may put in a jukebox.
Oh, my goodness. Look at it. They don't even realize I'm here.
No, they're real gone, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Who's the girl splitting a soda with Leroy? It isn't Wendy.
No, she's another one of their crowd.
And I went out of my way to have them up home for dinner thinking they wanted to be alone together.
Well, they do like to be alone together with their own group.
Yeah, I guess I worried too much about Leroy.
You old worrywart.
Come to think of it, that isn't bad music. Care to dance, Peavy?
No, I wouldn't say that.
The great Gildersleeve will be back with us again in just 30 seconds. Don't miss Kraft Oil's sensational popcorn offer, now being featured at your grocer's. Kraft makes this offer to prove to you that the most wonderful way to pop corn is with Kraft Oil. Next time you're shopping, get a 3-ounce package of Jolly Time popcorn and a certificate worth $3 toward the purchase of a Whirlwind electric corn popper. Both are free when you buy a bottle of Kraft Oil.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you seem pretty happy with the way things turned out with Leroy and Wendy.
Yeah, nothing to worry about, Bertie. In Peavy's last night, he was sharing a soda with another little girl. He's not going steady. Even got his sweater back.
That's nice.
Well, I better go phone the office.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, okay, Mary Ellen. I'll walk you home right after school.
Uh-oh, Leroy's on the phone again.
What's that, Mary Ellen?
Mary Ellen, huh? Good. He's playing the field.
Well, sure you can wear my sweater. If the shoulders aren't too broad.
He's trapped again. Good night, folks.
Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman and is an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Lillian Randolph, Mary Lee Robb, Luana Patton, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve.
What goes into your favorite sandwich? Maybe it's roast beef or savory baked ham. Whatever your favorite, the perfect meat sandwich needs the perfect mustard, Kraft prepared mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. You can take your choice of 2 kinds of Kraft mustard. Mild Kraft mustard is smooth and delicately spiced. Or if you like your mustard with extra pep, try Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Keep them both on hand and keep everyone in the family happy. Next time, get Kraft prepared mustard.
Now play You Bet Your Life with Groucho on the NBC Radio Network.
The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Kraft Oil, that wonderful salad and cooking oil, presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. Have you ever tried popping corn in Kraft oil? Believe me, it's the easy way to fix delicious popcorn. To prove it, the Kraft folks will give you a free package of popcorn when you buy Kraft oil. Wrapped around every bottle of Kraft oil is a handy package of Jolly Time popcorn, enough to make 3 quarts of the fluffiest, tenderest popcorn you've ever eaten. Get your free package of popcorn tomorrow when you buy Kraft oil.
Well, there are folks who like their kinfolks for neighbors, and there are folks who think their kinfolks should live 40 miles away. They just want to see them when they want to see them. Now, Mr. Gildersleeve likes his niece and her husband right next door. Of course, it gets confusing sometimes, like when the mailman leaves mail in the wrong box.
Has the mailman come, Bertie?
Yes, sir, Mr. Gildersleeve. I just heard him drop something in the box.
Well, I'll take a look.
Yes, sir, there's something in there because I just heard him blow his whistle and flip the lid.
Well, quite a stack of letters this morning.
Yes, sir, it's getting close to the first of the month. The mail's going to be heavy for a few days.
Yeah. Might as well start at the top, I guess.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you read them that fast?
Well, I'm an executive, Bertie. At the water department, I open all the letters at once and then read them.
Yes, sir. Then run for your checkbook.
Let's see what this is about. Dear fellow consumer, this is to inform you that we find it necessary to increase our rate. Who's increasing their rates?
The envelope says the water department.
Oh, my secretary didn't have to send me one of these. File it in the incinerator, Bertie.
Yes.
Yeah, better run through these in a hurry. Now, let's see. Dear sir, we have your letter of the 20th and are pleased to hear that you contemplate an early trip to Center City. Well, that's not... Wait a minute. I'm not planning any trip to Center City.
No, sir?
What else does it say? The disposition of this property is so urgent, we advise you to come at once, prepared to make a down payment. What is this?
I don't know, but it sounds like a good deal.
Oh, didn't look at the heading, Bertie. This letter's addressed to Bronco.
Oh, that letter should have gone next door. I'll take it over to Miss Marjorie right now.
Wait a minute, Bertie. Wait a minute. I wonder why they didn't tell me they're thinking of moving.
Oh, they wouldn't move without saying something to you. That letter's probably about something else.
Of course, I don't want to pry into things. On the other hand, I have a right to know if my niece plans to leave town.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello, Leroy.
What's going on?
Mr. Gildersleeve's reading Mr. Bronco's mail.
Yeah?
Well, by George, this doesn't look right to me.
Reading his mail doesn't look right to me either.
No, my boy, you know how close our two families are. This is a big decision they're making. They always come to me for advice.
If they don't, you give it to them anyway.
Well, this is different. Now I understand.
What do you understand?
Well, I didn't mean to peek at the rest of the letter, but I'm glad I did. Bronco's buying property for a client.
Well, at least you know.
I get it!
Yeah, all right, Bertie.
Morning, Bertie.
Morning, Miss Bronco.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yes, sir. Come right in.
Ditch the letter.
I will not. I'm open and above board.
You're wide open.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. Leroy.
Hi.
Well, come in, Bronco, my boy. How's the little family across the way?
Everybody's fine, thank you. I thought I'd find you at home, since your car's parked right in front of my driveway.
Yeah, you want to get out, do you?
Well, I could drive through the back of the garage into the alley.
No, Bronco.
But the noise of splintering lumber might wake the twins. Ha, ha.
Yeah. Bronco, you have a great sense of humor.
He has to.
Yeah, this is can day, you know, so I put our cans out on the curb to be picked up, and I Didn't want to park my car in front of the can.
No, the can man might pick up your car.
All right, Leroy. You aren't upset, are you, Bronco?
Oh, no. I don't mind if they have a little trouble picking up my cans.
Well, I hadn't thought of that. I'll go move my car.
And while we're on the subject, Mr. Gildersleeve, didn't you wake me up this morning pouring some of your cans into my can box?
Well, your box wasn't full. Mine was overflowing. I suppose I should have taken your box out to the street.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. It was a little heavy, but Marge and I managed it.
Sorry, Bronco.
Well, that's all I had to say. Just a neighborly call.
Oh, wait a minute, Bronco. You got a letter here.
I have?
Oh, yes. It came this morning.
It's been opened.
Yes, I want to talk to you about that.
About how it happens to be open?
No, about what it says inside.
Please do. Then I won't have to read it.
Oh, brother, this is going to be brutal.
Of course, I opened it by mistake, Bronco.
Oh?
And I was halfway through it before I realized it wasn't for me.
Oh.
For a minute, I thought you and Marjorie were buying property in Center City.
It's for a client of mine, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, yes, I know now. I almost forgot you're in the real estate business. Of course, I knew you wouldn't move Marjorie and the twins without consulting me.
Well, I'm in a hurry if I may have my letter.
Oh, yes, indeed. Excuse me. Here you are.
I'll be on my way.
You 1 minute, Bronco, and I'll move my car.
Never mind. I'll just drive to the garage.
Gee, Bronco must have gotten up on the wrong side of the bed. By George, I got talking to Bronco this morning and forgot to have my second cup of coffee. You think I'll stop and have it with Petey? Hello, Petey.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Well, I thought I'd join you in a cup of coffee.
Well, I doubt if there's room in that cup for both of us.
Oh, my goodness. Petey, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. I believe I will have a cup with you, though. Missed my coffee at home this morning.
Mrs. Peavy ill?
No, just in an ill humor.
What's that?
Mrs. Peavy and I went down to return our new parrot, but we didn't get away with it.
What do you mean?
The man said he wouldn't take it back because it's been used.
A used parrot?
Seems there isn't much of a market for used parrots.
Peavy, that's ridiculous.
Not the way the man explained it. If a parrot spends time in a house, it could pick up expressions a new owner might not care for.
Yeah, I see.
To be perfectly frank with you, our parrot could be a good deal more respectful to Mrs. Peavy than it is. There's a parrot that'd be banned in Boston.
Oh, it can't be that bad.
No. How's everything at your house, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, everything's going to be all right, I guess.
I understand Bronco's going out of town on business.
Yeah, I read the letter about it.
You don't see?
Came to my house and I opened it by mistake. Bronco was a little upset about it.
I guess you was.
Say, it'd be a nice gesture if I invited Marjorie to stay over at my house while Bronco's away. He'll appreciate that.
I think so.
Sure. I'll tell him I'm going to pack up Marjorie and the twins and move them back home.
Well, I wouldn't put it that way if I were you.
What do you mean?
Well, Bronco might think you're being pushy.
Oh, Bronco knows I'd never think of interfering in his personal affairs.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Well, Marjorie, it's nice to have you back home, even if it's only for a couple of days.
Oh, thank you, Unky. It's nice to enjoy Bertie's cooking again.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody like another hot biscuit?
I would.
Okay, Leroy. Anybody else?
Yeah, not me, thanks.
No, thanks, Bertie.
Then I'll take 3.
Leroy.
Just complimenting Bertie's cooking.
Thank you, Starboarder.
That's okay.
Leroy, you find as many excuses for eating as Bronco.
Yeah, if he was here, he'd keep me company.
Yeah, I'm sorry Bronco got away before I had a chance to see him.
Well, he didn't decide to go until he got a letter today.
Oh, I know about that.
Unky, What if Bronco should phone me tonight? He doesn't know I'm over here.
Well, do you think he will, my dear?
I remember when Mr. Bronco was calling her every 30 minutes.
Well, that was before they were married. Now he's probably glad to get out of town.
Oh, Leroy. Unky, I'm beginning to worry about nobody being in the house.
Hey, why don't I go over there and spend the night? I can take my pup tent and camp right in the middle of the floor.
Pup tent?
No kidding. Maybe I could get credit for it from the Boy Scouts.
Really, Unky, I don't know if I should have come.
Now, don't tell me you're going to wake up them twins and pack them back home tonight.
Well...
No, Marjorie, if you're going to worry, I could go over there myself and listen for the phone.
Would you?
Sure. I'll get Peavy to come over and keep me company.
Wonderful. If Bronco phoned and nobody was there, he'd wonder what happened to us.
I can answer a phone. Of course, the Boy Scouts don't give you any credit for that.
All right, Leroy.
I can see myself now, crawling out of my pup tent in the middle of the night, groping for the telephone with no light but the embers from my little campfire on the carpet.
Leroy, I'll go. It's very comfortable here in Bronco's house. And if he should phone, I'll be on the job. He's pretty blustery out tonight. Maybe that's why Peavy's so late. Hey. Gonna be a good night to sleep. Hope Bronco's bed's comfortable. Coming!
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Come in, Peavy. Just wondering about you.
Sorry I was delayed, but my income tax man came by the pharmacy, and I had to spend a little time with him.
Oh?
And spend a little money with Uncle Sam.
Do you have to transact that business after hours?
Uncle Sam will do business with you any time that you want to pay him.
Here, let me take your things, Peavy. A little rough out, isn't it?
Yeah. I would have gone home, but Mrs. Peavy's spending the evening with Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill?
She's reading his latest book.
Oh.
And when she's reading, she doesn't pay much attention to me.
Yeah, I see. Shall we play a game of pinochle?
Well, I was just thinking on the way over, Mr. Gildersleeve, if it suits you, we might look at television. They're showing a movie I haven't seen in 20 years.
Sure, let's turn it on, Peavy. What channel?
Yeah, it's on 4.
Yeah, there we are.
Nice set.
Yes, but Bronco's had a little trouble with reception, he tells me.
Well, weather conditions could have something to do with it.
All we're getting is snow.
Yeah, we can open the window and see that.
By George, I'm going to make a few adjustments on this set.
You think you should, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Why not? Take it with mine all the time.
That's what I say.
One of those tubes doesn't look like it's putting out much. I'll take it out and check it.
Don't you think you should turn off the set first?
Oh, yeah, good idea. Now I'll take out the tube. Zeke, it's hot.
Well, it must have been working.
Yeah, I can't hold it, Peavy. Whoop.
Yeah, that takes care of television.
Yeah. I guess it's pinochle.
Yeah, well.
I found some baked ham in the refrigerator. Made a few sandwiches.
Oh, that's nice.
So we can eat while we play.
Yeah, well, now I'll deal the cards.
And I'll deal with sandwiches.
It's a nice place Bronco has here.
Yes, indeed. He'll be surprised if he phones to talk to Marjorie and finds me here. Yeah, I was glad to come over, though.
You hear that, Mr. Gildersleeve? Sounds like somebody on the porch.
I wonder who could be at this hour of the night.
Marge, honey, I'm home.
Bronco.
Oh, Marge. Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve. Mr. Peavy.
Yeah, hello, Bronco.
Bronco, what are you doing here?
I might ask you the same thing. Where are Marge and the twins? Where's my family?
Well, I sent them over to my house.
Oh?
I thought I'd take charge over here.
I see.
Well, what happened, my boy? Why aren't you in Center City?
The road's closed. I had to come back.
Oh, it's too bad. Would you care for a snack?
Your ham's very good, Bronco.
I'm glad you and Mr. Gildersleeve are enjoying it. But I'm afraid I'll have to interrupt your little game now.
Well, I should be on my way.
Oh, Peavy doesn't have to hurry, does he, Bronco?
Mr. Gildersleeve, it's late, and I have to go over and get Marge and the twins.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't?
Well, as you say, it's late. The twins and Marjorie are sound asleep, and you know how Marjorie hates to be disturbed.
All right. I'm a little tired and put out anyway. I'll just look at the late news and television and go to bed.
Oh, my.
What am I stepping on?
That's your television tube.
My television tube?
Yeah, I was going to sweep it up when it cooled off. I took out the tube to check it and dropped it. Peavy wanted to see a late movie.
I didn't want to see it that bad.
Oh, well, I'll see the newspaper in the morning. Think I'll turn in.
Hey, wait a minute, Bronco. I'll get my things out of your room. My pajamas are in there.
Oh, I didn't know you planned to sleep in my bed.
Yeah. Of course, I could go home now, but the twins are sleeping in my room.
Well, that's all right, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'll sleep in the twins' room.
No. Let me sleep in the twins' room.
Mr. Gildersleeve, my mind's made up. Good night. Good night, Mr. Peavy.
Good night.
Good night. Peavy, do you think I should sleep in his bed?
I think you should have stood in bed.
So do I.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Say, Mom, how long has it been since your family has enjoyed homemade popcorn, salted just the way you like it and temptingly covered with melted parquet? To show you the easy way to fix popcorn, the Kraft folks are making a very special offer. For a short time, you'll get a package of Jolly Time popcorn absolutely free when you buy a bottle of Kraft oil at your grocer's. A 3-ounce package of Jolly Time popcorn is wrapped around the Kraft oil bottle, enough to make 3 quarts of the finest popcorn you've ever tasted. Jolly Time is the best-selling popcorn in the world. It's the corn that's guaranteed to pop, every single kernel. And when you pop corn in Kraft oil, you're doing it the quick, never-fail way. Just pour a little Kraft oil into your skillet or popper, turn on the heat, and soon you'll be feasting on popcorn that's warm and fluffy without a trace of oiliness. Don't forget the treat's on Kraft. Just pick up a bottle of Kraft oil with its gift package of Jolly Time popcorn. At the same time, you can also get a separate certificate worth $3 toward the purchase of a Whirlwind electric corn popper. You'll find these certificates wherever you see a Kraft oil display. Both the popcorn and the certificate are absolutely free when you buy that wonderful salad and cooking oil, Kraft Oil.
Well, when Mr. Bronco was called out of town on business, Mr. Gildersleeve had Miss Marjorie and the twins stay over here while he took care of things at their house. Bertie heard somebody drive up late last night and couldn't wait to ask, Mr. Gildersleeve, what happened?
Bronco came back home unexpectedly, Bertie.
He did? Ain't that nice?
Well, he seemed to be upset because I was there and his family wasn't.
Yes, sir. Why didn't he come over here?
Well, it was so late, we both agreed we wouldn't disturb Marjorie and the twins.
Oh, I think you should have told Miss Marjorie he's here.
Well, I'm going to do that first thing, Bertie. I don't want any more misunderstandings.
No, sir.
Somehow, Bronco always has the impression I'm trying to run things for him.
I wonder how he got that.
This is not a laughing matter, Bertie.
Oh, no, sir.
Hi.
Morning, Leroy.
Hello, my boy.
What isn't a laughing matter?
Leroy, sit down and eat your prunes.
I know they aren't a laughing matter. What is?
Young man, this is something that concerns just Bronco and me.
You mean Bronco is no laughing matter? What are we hiding?
Good morning.
Morning, Miss Marjorie. I better go get breakfast.
Hi.
Hello, my dear.
Who's hiding what?
Nobody's hiding a thing. Marjorie.
Get it! You get the breakfast, Bertie. I'll get the phone.
Marjorie, I want to talk to you about Bronco. He's a little upset with me.
Oh, don't be silly, Unky. We're both very fond of you.
Hey, it's Bronco on the phone.
Oop.
Bronco, is he calling from Center City?
He's phoning from your house.
From our house?
Yes, indeed. I was about
Unky, did you know he's home?
Well, he came home while Mr. Peavy and I were playing pinochle.
You mean you sat there playing pinochle and didn't tell me my husband was home?
Well, it was late, and I didn't think he should disturb you and the children.
Not disturb me? Oh, so now you've taken it upon yourself to tell Bronco he can't see me.
But
That's why I wanted you to be over there so you could tell me if he called.
I was going to.
When? Sometime today? Or wait until tomorrow?
Marjorie, don't you get upset with me the way Bronco is.
Hey, Unc, Bronco wants to know why he can't talk to his wife.
I'm coming. Uncle Mort, this is the last straw.
I better grab it and run. Hello, Phoebe.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
I'd like some hot black coffee first, and then some breakfast.
Well. Get away from home a little fast this morning, did you?
I'll say. I made the mistake of not running through the snow last night to tell Marjorie that Bronco was back.
Well, a long time ago, I decided to tell Mrs. Peavy everything she was likely to find out.
I guess that keeps you out of trouble.
No, but it helps.
Come to think of it, I don't know why I should be on the defensive. I had nothing but the best intentions toward the kids.
Well, sometimes you don't get much credit for good intentions.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Petey. It's easy to see that I'm not appreciated. Yeah, I've done a lot for those kids.
Yes, you've even overdone it.
You bet. What would they do if I moved away from them?
Dance in the street?
No, Peavy. Yeah, I remember how I felt when that letter came and I thought they were leaving me. Yeah, I might just move to another state. That'd show them.
Oh, you wouldn't move out of the state. Well, what would the next water commissioner do?
Well, I might move as far as Center City and commute.
You're going to a lot of trouble, aren't you, just to prove they can get along without you?
No, don't fool yourself. Marjorie and Bronco are very fond of me, and they'd come around in a minute if I dropped the hint that I might move at least to the other side of the town.
Well, you're getting closer to home. Welcome back to Summerfield, Mr. Gildersleeve.
You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. You know what they say. You never miss the water until the well runs dry.
Yeah, but a lot of old wells have been abandoned.
Skeptic. George, I'm going to get the little family back together. They say the best defense is a good offense. They're both angry at me. I'll get the jump on them and go over and pretend I'm angry at them. Sort of a sneaky trick to make them think I'm going to move. But I have to teach them a lesson.
Oh, hello, Unky.
Marjorie, I want you to hear what I have to say.
What do you have to say?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Are you going out of town?
Well, I thought about that. But I decided to settle for the outskirts.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just about fed up with the way things are going around here. Leroy and I are moving.
Oh?
Is that all you have to say? Oh?
Come in, Unky.
Well, I don't have much time, but thank you.
Isn't this a sudden decision?
It's the only decision. I don't have to tell you why I've made it. It's obvious that we aren't getting along.
Oh, well, we have our little flare-ups.
I'll say. But we've had the last one. I'll sell the house, and Leroy and I'll take a little cottage at the edge of town, where we won't be in your way.
Well, Unky, if we've hurt you...
No, don't think I'm hurt. I've got to hide like an elephant.
You sound so serious.
I am serious. If Bronco doesn't want to say goodbye, that's up to him.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Unky.
Of course, if he does want to come over and say goodbye, I'll be home all afternoon.
Oh, I'm sure he'll want to see you the minute he gets here.
So I completely turned the tables on him, Bertie. Marjorie couldn't stand the thought of my moving away.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, they couldn't get you out of this house with a derrick.
No, don't fool yourself. I can be pushed too far.
Yes, sir.
You just wait. Bronco will be over here trying to talk me out of going.
Well, is somebody on the porch now?
Yeah, I knew it. He's coming over to beg me to stay.
You better let him in. I can't keep a straight face.
Yeah, all right.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bronco. I suppose you want to come in.
Well, when I got home and talked to Marjorie, I thought I'd come over and see what this is all about.
No, Bronco, there's no reason to reproach yourself. I've just decided it'll be best for everybody concerned if I move away.
Oh? Hello, Bertie.
Hello, Mr. Bronco.
Bronco, did you hear me? I said I was moving away.
Marge told me.
She did, huh?
I just came over to see if you were joking.
No, I'm not joking.
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve, perhaps I haven't been as cooperative at times as I could be.
I've got him.
But this time I want to do everything I can. I think I can find a buyer for your house right away.
Zeke!
In fact, I'm so anxious to cooperate in this matter, I'll do it without a commission.
But Bronco...
And I think I've got just the cottage for you on the outskirts of town. Way out.
No, Bronco. Just a minute.
Why don't I run back home and get my list of prospects? We'll have you out of here in no time.
You wait a minute, Bronco.
What?
Confound it, if that's the way you feel, I won't go.
You won't? Hey, Marge.
Yes, Bronco.
Was she waiting out there?
I got Mr. Gildersleeve to admit he wouldn't move.
You did? Wonderful, Unky.
Oop, I've been tricked. But I like it.
Yes, sir.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Just a reminder about Kraft Oil's wonderful offer to give you a 3-ounce package of Jolly Time popcorn absolutely free with every bottle of Kraft Oil you buy. Kraft makes this offer to prove that the easiest way to popcorn is the Kraft Oil way. Next time you're shopping, be sure to get your gift package of Jolly Time popcorn. It's free when you buy a bottle of Kraft Oil.
You got everything straightened out with Marge and Bronco, Honk?
Yes, indeed, my boy.
I guess you're sorry you ever suggested Marge and the twins come over here.
Well, as it turned out, it was a great idea. Cleared the atmosphere, and the little family is closer than ever.
Miss Gildersleeve.
Yes, Bertie?
You know them new shoes you bought last week?
Yeah, what about them?
I'm afraid I have to tell you they've shrunk a little.
They shrunk?
The twins were selling them in the bathtub, pretending they was gunboats.
Zeke!
Great idea you had, Honk.
Oh, well, good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman and is an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Lee Millar, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Beacon. This is John Heaston saying good night for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Delicious cold cuts for luncheon or supper make a welcome change of pace from the hot meals you've been serving. Easy to fix, too. But here's a tip. Be sure there's delicious Kraft-prepared mustard on the table, because when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. There are 2 kinds of Kraft mustard: mild Kraft mustard, so smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added to give it extra zip. Keep both kinds on hand for different tastes. Next time, get Kraft-prepared mustard.
Now play You Bet Your Life with Groucho on the NBC Radio Network.
The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Kraft Oil, that wonderful salad and cooking oil, presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. The new and better way to pop corn is to pop it in Kraft Oil. And to urge you to try it soon, the Kraft folks will give you a free package of Jolly Time popcorn when you buy a bottle of Kraft Oil at your grocer's. The gift package is wrapped around each bottle of Kraft Oil, and it will make 3 quarts of extra fluffy, delicious popcorn. Get your free package of Jolly Time popcorn tomorrow when you buy Kraft Oil.
Well, there's one thing I found out. A bachelor trying to raise a family is a busy man, even with a good housekeeper like Bertie. Mr. Gildersleeve spends all day up to his neck at the water department, and when he gets home, he's over his head trying to keep up with Leroy.
Bertie, who tracked mud in the house?
Is that mud back in here again?
I'm afraid it is.
Bertie didn't do it. It wasn't you, was it?
No.
And it wasn't that vacuum cleaner salesman that came by here today, because all he got was 1 foot in the door.
Well, I shouldn't have asked a silly question, because the tracks lead right to the refrigerator.
Yeah, so you know how it is with Leroy when he comes home from school. He makes tracks right for the refrigerator.
Yes. Where's the evening paper, Bertie?
I think it's on the coffee table under all them books.
Oh, my goodness. Who dumped the public library on my coffee table?
Oh, them books belong to Babs. Leroy brought them home with him.
Yeah, that boy has enough trouble with his own books without taking on somebody else's.
Oh, they're going to do homework together.
Good. I hope some of Babs' brilliance rubs off on Leroy.
Yes.
Come on in, Babs.
Wipe your feet first, Leroy.
Oh, yeah.
Good girl.
Hi, Unc.
Hello, Leroy.
Look, I'm wiping my feet like you said.
Yes. Hello, Babs.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Will we bother you if we do our homework over here, Unc?
No, not at all. Use my study if you like.
Gee, thanks. Come on, Babs.
Aren't we going to take our books?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he really has his mind on homework.
Leroy, how'd you do on that algebra test today?
Yeah, who knows? Algebra's for the birds.
Yeah, I didn't like algebra either. But that's not the right attitude for the boy to have.
Well, let's start on something else. Let's learn our history.
Okay.
I better concentrate on my newspaper. Don't want to eavesdrop.
Hey, I want to ask you something, Babs.
What?
Did Herbie Anderson ask you to go to the movie Saturday?
Herbie would ask me every Saturday if I didn't discourage him.
Well, I'm glad you do, Babs.
What does this have to do with history?
Anyway, why should I go to a movie with Herbie? I'd much rather go with somebody who pays my way.
What would you do if I wasn't right there to take you every Saturday? Would you go with Herbie?
Come on, let's study history.
Yeah, he'd find out if he wasn't there some Saturday.
The heck with history. Would you go with him? Would you?
Leroy, you look so panicky.
Well, a guy asks a question, he expects an answer. Would you go with Herbie?
This is homework?
Oh, Leroy, don't be so persistent. Come on now. What was the date of the Magna Carta?
The what?
The only date he's interested in is the matinee. Hello, everybody.
That you, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yeah, Bertie, I'm home.
I thought that was you.
Where's Leroy?
Oh, this afternoon they're doing homework over at Bab's house.
No?
It sure is cute the way they study together.
Yeah, I'm afraid most of Leroy's study is confined to girls. I hope it doesn't reflect in his schoolwork.
Oh, no, sir. He don't seem to be worried about how he's doing at school.
No?
He brought his report card home today, and he wasn't even trembling.
Where is his report card?
It's it.
Well, let's see what it says. Attitude, B-. Courtesy, B+.
Going up.
English, B-. History, C.
Going down.
Algebra, D-.
Hit the bottom.
Oh, this is the worst report card he's ever brought home. Leroy,
Oh, hi, Unc.
I want to talk to you.
Yeah? I've been overstudying.
I got the word. I also got your report card.
Well, Bertie better go see what's about doing in the kitchen.
Leroy, did you hear me? I said I got your report card.
Yeah, I brought it home.
Aren't you a little concerned?
I was until I saw I passed everything.
But your grades are going down.
Next semester, then they go up.
Oh, my goodness. I'm very disappointed in your showing this semester. Now, hike up to your room and study until you're called for dinner.
I've been studying, Unc. My brain's worn out.
Well, hit the books, young man, or something else may get worn out.
Okay. Gosh, you think I'd flunked.
That's what we want to guard against.
Excuse me, Miss Gildersleeve.
Yes, Bertie.
What time do you want dinner?
There's no hurry this evening. I want to give Leroy time to absorb a little learning.
Yes.
By George, I'll nip this attitude in the bud. You have to be an alert parent these days, Bertie.
Yes.
It's a good thing I know how to cope with these things.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'll phone Grace.
His teacher? You gonna see her Friday night.
Yes, but I want to check with her now. I wonder if she's on the ball at school the way I am at home.
Gosh, Babs, I hope you're not going with Herbie.
Oh, my goodness. Leroy's on the extension upstairs.
Yes.
Is somebody on your line, Leroy?
Is that you, Unc?
Leroy.
We're studying.
Young man, get off the phone.
Goodbye, Babs.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Goodbye. Studying. Yeah, I'm not going to call this teacher. I'm going by school tomorrow and see what's going on.
Oh, Leroy might have been studying. Maybe you caught him on the phone during a recess.
Now, Bertie, don't try to defend him. They weren't studying, and you know it. All they talk about is movies, dances, dates.
Well, maybe he's concentrating on the social sciences.
No, Bertie.
Yes, sir. He may have a D- in algebra, but he's A+ in the social sciences.
All right, Bertie.
Leroy may be seeing history and D in algebra, but he's A+ in the social sciences.
Bertie, please.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know what Leroy's A+ in?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right. He's A+ in the social sciences.
Looks like they're between classes. I could talk this over with Grace on one of our dates, but Leroy's attitude demands action.
Oh, hello, Throckmorton.
Hello, Grace. I was just on my way to your classroom.
Well, if you want to be admitted to my class, let me see your junior high credit.
This is about Leroy.
Oh? Oh, there's the bell. I can't talk now.
Do you mind if I slip in the back of the room and observe?
Not at all. Why don't you go through that door?
Thank you, Grace.
See you later. I have to hurry.
Right, George, there's something about a schoolteacher in high heels. But I came here to observe Leroy. Yeah, there's Leroy. He doesn't see me. I wonder why they always make him sit up front. Oh, here comes Grace. Kids will settle down now. Here, there's Babs sitting right across from Leroy. That's a big help.
Class, I believe this is the day we're to have our little oral quiz about the atoms. A subject we're just beginning to understand.
Yeah, I'm glad I came.
We know the Earth is composed of many elements. Oxygen, gold, copper, carbon, and so on. Now, each of these elements is built of tiny particles called atoms.
Oop, Leroy isn't listening. He just passed a note to Babs.
What is the meaning of the Greek word atom? I see a number of hands showing, but I'd like to ask Leroy.
Me?
She saw him pass the note.
Would you like to answer the question, Leroy?
Well, would you like to ask it again, Miss Tuttle?
I asked it once, Leroy.
Well, would you mind rephrasing it?
Bad boy.
I'm sorry, Leroy. Pay attention while we hear from Susan. Yes, Susan?
The atom was named after the Greek word which means uncuttable.
That's correct.
But recently they found ways to split the atom with a machine called a cyclotron.
Thank you, Susan.
A cyclotron is a machine
Susan, dear. Let somebody else answer the question.
Yes, Miss Tuttle.
Leroy should spend more time with Susan.
Leroy, perhaps you can tell us what a cyclotron is.
Well, would you mind rephrasing the question?
Yes, I would.
Oh, brother.
Babs, what is a cyclotron?
A cyclotron is a machine for splitting the atom.
Well, that's brief, but true. Now that we've split the atom, what are its three chief components? Leroy?
I don't know.
Well, at least he's honest.
Susan?
They're the proton, the neutron, and the electron.
That is correct. Any questions, class?
Yes, how do I get out of here? How embarrassing for a former member of the school board. Yeah, I think I'll go into Peavy's and ask for an atomic aspirin. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this afternoon?
Well, I won't order yet. I'm waiting for Grace Tuttle.
You don't say.
She's meeting me here after school.
My. Can't you wait till the sun goes down to do your courting?
Well, I want to talk to her about Leroy. He isn't getting much out of school.
Well, Leroy always struck me as being a pretty intelligent boy.
I sat in his class today. He doesn't even know what's in an atom.
He doesn't?
And that's the smallest thing there is in the world.
Yes, but it's a big question. What is in an atom, Mr. Gildersleeve?
What's in it? Well, it... What did that little girl say was in it?
That's what it says.
But they didn't teach me that when I went to school.
No, me either. The big scientific discovery in my day was the automobile.
Well, hello, Grace.
Hello, Throckmorton. Mr. Peavy.
Good afternoon, Miss Tuttle.
Would you like something from the fountain?
I think I'd like a lemonade.
Good. I want a big cherry Coke, Peavy, and heavy on the cherry.
Very well, but only one of those to a customer.
I'm glad you called back, Throckmorton. I wondered why you slipped out of the classroom.
Oh, you knew why.
Leroy's really a dear.
Well, I hate to have to tell you that I'm a little disappointed with his progress in school.
Well, I'm afraid Leroy's developing outside interests.
Yeah, since he discovered girls, he can't concentrate on anything else. What are we going to do about it?
We?
Well, you're his teacher, aren't you?
Well, yes, but I'm hardly in a position to squelch every case of puppy love. I have my hands full in class without being a counselor for Cupid.
Excuse me. Lemonade for Miss Tuttle and a cherry Coke heavy on the cherry for the water commissioner.
Thank you, Mr. Peavy.
Now, getting back to Leroy.
Oh, Throckmorton, I wouldn't worry about Leroy. We teachers see this happen all the time. It's just part of growing up.
That's not a very good answer.
Oh?
He's neglecting his studies for a girl. What if I neglected my water job for a girl? Where would I be?
You'd be in hot water.
Well, I can understand how you might become so enamored of a girl you'd let things slide at your office.
Me?
It could happen to any man if a girl put her mind to it.
Oh, come now, Grace. You and I have dates, but I don't let you interfere with my work.
I'm just a side issue?
Well, I put first things first.
Well.
I'm a businessman. I'd never let you turn my head.
Oh, you wouldn't?
Yeah, I'm not that gullible, am I, Petey?
No, I wouldn't say that.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. If your idea of a cozy winter evening is sitting around, listening to the radio, and nibbling on popcorn that's crisp and warm from your own kitchen, then the special offer the Kraft folks are now making is sure to appeal to you. Kraft wants to show you the easy, delicious way to fix your own popcorn. That's why, for a short time, you can get a package of Jolly Time popcorn absolutely free when you buy a bottle of Kraft oil at your grocer's. All you supply is the kitchen. The package of Jolly Time popcorn, enough to make 3 quarts, is wrapped around the neck of the Kraft oil bottle. Just pour a little Kraft oil into your skillet or popper, empty in the corn, and before you know it, the family will be feasting on the best eating popcorn in the world. Popping corn in Kraft oil is as simple as that. There's never a worry about smoking or scorching. Get a bottle of Kraft oil tomorrow and prove it with your gift package of Jolly Time popcorn, a make favorite kind. At the same time you pick up your popcorn, you can also get a separate certificate that's worth $3 toward the purchase of a Whirlwind electric corn popper. You'll find these certificates wherever you see a Kraft oil display. Remember, both the popcorn and the certificate are absolutely free when you buy that wonderful salad and cooking oil, Kraft oil.
A druggist gets to know quite a lot about his customers, and personally, I think one of Mr. Gildersleeve's troubles is that he worries too much about Leroy and his teacher when he should be worrying about himself and the teacher. I could tell by the way her eyes sparked yesterday that she was going to teach somebody a lesson. No, excuse me, customer.
Hello, Petey.
Thought it was a customer. Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. I was just thinking about you and Miss Tuttle.
Oh?
How are you two lovebirds making out since you were in here the other day?
Well, I haven't seen her, Petey. The mayor's had me pretty busy at the office. Probably a good thing, too, since Grace seemed to think she could twist me around her little finger.
Well, I bet she tries. You stuck your neck out so far you could hang the wash on it.
All I said to Grace was that she couldn't hypnotize me.
Well, I wouldn't bank on that. We men have our weak spots.
Oh, nonsense, Peavy. They're the weak sex.
You dreamer.
What's that?
I used to say the same thing until Mrs. Peavy mesmerized me.
But you married her, Peavy.
That's what I say. When a woman decides she wants a man to jump through the hoops, there's only one answer he can give.
What's that?
Woof, woof.
Oh, my goodness. And to hear Grace Tuttle talk, one would think I'm as vulnerable to girls as Leroy. Well, I still say a woman can't turn my head. I've been around. I know all their tricks.
Evening, Miss Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bertie.
Miss Grace Tuttle phoned a little while ago.
She did? Oh, we have a date tonight.
Yes, I got that impression. She said to tell you, instead of coming at 8 o'clock, to please come early for dinner.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter? Ain't she a good cook?
Oh, she's an all right cook, but I don't know about going over there for dinner.
You mean you're going to pass up all that candlelight and soft dinner music and a good-looking blonde?
Well...
And a dematassi and a tater-tate?
Now I know I'm not going.
Come again?
It's a trap, Bertie. I'm going to phone her and make some excuse. I'll just tell her I have some dull work to do, like income tax. You're sly, Gildersleeve.
Hello?
Hey, Grace, this is Throckmorton. Bertie said you phoned.
Oh, yes, Throckmorton. Are you coming to dinner?
Well, I'd love to. You're best in the world. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to work on my income tax tonight.
Your income tax?
Yeah, you know how it is.
Your income tax isn't due until March 15th.
True, but these tax forms puzzle me. It's going to be a long, dull evening. Of course, I'd much rather spend it with you. Won't be any fun sitting here alone, juggling figures.
Throckmorton, you sound so helpless.
Well, I am. That's why it's going to take me a good 6 weeks to get out my income tax.
You amuse me. You're just laying on my sympathy.
I'm what?
Just because I teach algebra, you're trying to get me over there to do your income tax.
No, I didn't say that.
You didn't say it, but I know exactly what you mean. I'll come.
But...
We can have dinner at my house another night.
Well, that's very nice of you, Grace, but...
Not at all. I'll be glad to help. Bye, Throckmorton.
Oh, how did that happen?
Why is Miss Tuttle coming over tonight? To check up on me?
She's coming to help me with my income tax.
Cheap date, huh?
What?
It's not costing you any money, and you hope she saves you some.
Leroy, this was her idea.
Yeah? Say, this is a fine chance for me to get in good with her again. I got it, Bertie.
Yeah, I'd better go. It's Miss Tuttle.
Oh, for corn's sake.
Good evening, Throckmorton.
Come in, Grace.
Good evening, Miss Tuttle. May I take your wrap?
Thank you, Leroy.
Yeah, I'll take it, my boy.
Then I'll hang it in the closet. I was about to get busy on my homework, Miss Tuttle, but I thought I'd take the time to say hello to you.
My, Leroy has more ways of presenting his teacher with apples.
You better start giving his teacher some answers in class. Good night, my boy.
Good night, Unc. Good night, Miss Tuttle. I have to go upstairs and study now.
Yes.
Good night, Leroy.
If you'd like to come into my study, Grace, I have all the figures and records on my desk.
All right. My, what a cute study. It looks so lived in.
I spend a lot of time in here. You sit down, Grace.
There's something so cozy and intimate about this room with its scent of tobacco and the masculine touches here and there. Oh, the atmosphere is too relaxing for work.
Yeah, but we better get on with the income tax.
And you're just determined not to let anything interfere with business.
You bet. Stand firm, Gildersleeve.
Well, let's see what we have here.
Well, do we start with the income or the outgo?
The simple way is to follow the form you filled out last year.
Oh, well, that's up in the attic someplace.
Oh?
And our attic is a real curio shop, full of old trunks, books, family heirlooms, antiques.
Do you have some antiques?
Sure. An old gramophone, first in the county, and my great-grandmother's spinning wheel, and Uncle Lute's mustache cup.
I'd love to see the spinning wheel.
Yeah, let's go. No harm in taking a girl up to see an old spinning wheel.
Oh, this is a fascinating attic. And Bertie keeps everything as neat as a pin.
Yeah, it's in pretty good shape for a place so full of packing cases and things.
I think the spinning wheel is priceless.
Yeah. That income tax form must be here someplace.
Throckmorton, is this a picture of you?
Yeah, that's when I was in college.
My, how you've changed.
Oh?
Oh, you're so much more handsome and distinguished looking now.
Really? I wish she wouldn't say nice things to me.
Here, will you take my hand and help me over this stack of books?
Well, easy does it.
Oh, I
You aren't hurt, are you?
No, but I do believe I turned my ankle a bit.
Oh? That's the oldest trick women ever tried.
Will you help me up, Throckmorton?
Oh, yes, indeed. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, if you just walk around on it, it'll be all right in a jiffy.
I'll try.
Oh, Say, you did hurt your ankle.
Why do you think I'm sitting here in the middle of the floor, you big log?
Well, I didn't realize it was really paining you. I'm sorry, Grace. Here, let me pick you up.
No. Just give me your arm.
No, Grace, you keep your weight off that ankle. Let me carry you downstairs.
Well, if you insist.
Up, see Daisy.
I'm not too heavy, am I?
No, light as a feather. And soft as silk. Your hair is tickling my nose. You wish these stairs were twice as long.
If you'll put me down, I think I can make it now, Throckmorton, if I hold on to the banister.
No, siree. You can't take a chance. I'll carry you right down to the parlor.
That you, Unc?
What is it, Leroy?
Oh, excuse me. I thought you were doing your income tax.
Leroy, Miss Tuttle turned her ankle.
Yeah? Sorry, Miss Tuttle.
Oh, it's all right now, Leroy. You can put me down, Throckmorton.
You better put her down, Unc. Your face is flushed. The blood's rushing to your head.
No, I better carry her on downstairs.
Well, when you do decide to put her down, you better call the mayor.
The mayor phone?
Yeah, while I was studying. He wants you to come right down to a commissioner's meeting tonight.
The mayor can just wait.
Yeah? Throckmorton, you should go. It's business, remember?
You're right, George. I'm not going to let business interfere with taking care of you, Grace.
Oh?
Here we go.
You want me to help you carry Miss Tuttle down, Unc?
Leroy, I don't want to take you away from your work.
What a character.
Great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Don't forget about Kraft Oil's sensational popcorn offer now being featured at your grocer's. You can get a free package of Jolly Time popcorn with every bottle of Kraft Oil you buy. The Kraft folks make this offer to prove to you that the most wonderful way to popcorn is with Kraft Oil. Next time you're shopping, be sure to get your 3-ounce package of Jolly Time popcorn. It's free when you buy a bottle of Kraft Oil.
This is Gildersleeve again, friends. As you undoubtedly know, Radio Free Europe is conducting a crusade against communism. This crusade for freedom is a citizen-sponsored organization which daily breaks through the Iron Curtain to bring hope to the enslaved people of the world. This year, the crusade has set a goal of $10 million to be raised by February 22nd to help the voice of truth carry on and grow. I'd like to urge every American who can to join the crusade by contributing his truth dollar. Give it to your local drive or mail it to Crusade for Freedom in care of your local postmaster. See you next week. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman and is an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Barbara Whiting, Carolyn Wadsworth, Lillian Randolph, Mary Schiff, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
There are two kinds of delicious Kraft prepared mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, so smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. And whichever you prefer, remember, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Try it on cold sandwiches, hamburgers, frankfurters, and cold cuts. Enjoy the wonderful sauces you can make for hot meat and vegetable courses with Kraft prepared mustard. Keep both kinds on hand and keep the whole family happy. Get mild Kraft mustard and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added at your favorite food store.
Now play You Bet Your Life with Groucho on the NBC Radio Network.